18,000 students. Number 9 kami sa accountancy board. Ito, locally funded. Bago nagkaroon ng free tuition, national, kami, libre ang tuition namin. 24
With pride. Pride with better condition.
Malakas, makialis mo yung ano.
Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality.
Pakialisama na kami ng monitor dito.
Noy, overtime na naman tayo. Kaya mo pa?
Bago pa nagkaroon ng free education law sa state colleges and universities. Kami nauna na 4 years ago.
Kayang-kaya.
Because kaya namin. These are locally funded colleges and universities. Katulad ng Pamantasan ng Luzon ng Manila, University of Makati, Taguig City University, University of Caloocan, Pamantasan ng Luzon ng Valenzuela. 119 schools. Free. Not all of them. Not all. Metro Manila, libre. I was telling you earlier, si Dean Ray Hitahobe, nag-post na umaga. Sa kanyang consciousness, you're the number one.
18,000 students.
18,000 students. We have 5 campuses.
Walang tatalo sa doble protection mo at ng Celine Plus.
Wow, sino may-ari nga?
Local government of Caloocan. Parang ano yan, Pamantasan ng Luzon ng Maynila. Locally funded. We're not dependent on national government appropriation. We don't receive support. Usang kampanya, Yusek?
Okay lang. I'm enjoying it. Lalo-lalo na yun.
Walang tatalo. Sa
Sa mga palengke.
In the latest Nielsen survey, ang rating ni Ted Filon is 1.13. My rating is 1.12. 0.01 na.
Ating tagumpay. Drink
Noong
ibig sabihin ng 1.
nabiyayaan kamakailan ng kauna-unahan nitong Pagcor School Building ang isla ng Guimaras. Ito'y makaraang pasinayaan ng ahensya ang isang 2-story, 8-classroom building sa Remedios, Vilches, San Lorenzo National High School sa bayan ng San Lorenzo. Ang nasabing gusali na may maliwalas na mga silid, palikuran sa bawat palapag at handicapped-friendly features ay gagamitin ng mga mag-aaral mula grade 7 hanggang 10. Partikular itong pakikinabangan ng mga estudyanteng sumasailalim sa special sciences classes. Maliban sa nabanggit na school building sa Guimaras, ang Pagcor, katuwang ng partner agencies nitong DepEd at DPWH, ay nakapagpatayo na ng 732 classrooms sa 162 sites sa buong Panay Island.
Panatilihin masaya ang pagliliban. Ang paglalaro sa casino ay para sa may edad 21 pataas lamang. Magtakda ng oras at limitahan ang gasto sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon tungkol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline numbers 623-1869 or 0917-592-6618 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa Pagcor. Keep it fun. Game responsibly. Happy ka na ba sa pagpapaputi mo?
Don't you wish the regular coaching
Just in
soap
case you
could
didn't
use
know. All right,
more?
start the time, sir.
Ang wish mo, nandito na. Introducing new White Rose Coaching Whitening Soap. Dermatologist-tested coaching whitening. A shea of butter for moisturizing and tea tree oil to help prevent pimples. Para sa coaching na puti at coaching na kinis. New White Rose. Your coaching wish come true. Suggested retail price, 25 pesos for 60 grams. White Rose Coaching Whitening Soap. Manufactured by AZS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality. AZS.
Sabi ni Mar Rojas, may nagtanong sa akin,
Brigante.
anong dahilan kung ba't ka tumatakbo? Sagot ko sa kanya, hindi ano, kundi sino. Tumatakbo ako para magkatrabaho si Noel, para gumanda ang kita ni Danny, at para nasa tama ang presyo ng bilihin ni Manang Lilia, para sa lahat ng Noel, Danny, at Lilia sa Pilipinas. Para sa
Ready?
boto si Mar Rojas. Mar Rojas sa Senado mismo. Political advertisement paid for and
Sige,
by
sige.
Mar Rojas by Rojas City Copies. Pride Bar Blue. Hindi lang puti, kisla puti. Pag nilaban sa Pride Bar Blue, ang
Meron ba
puti
kami
ay
handset? Bigyan nyo ng handset sila. Meron ng handset.
Sa Pride Bar Blue, pwedeng hindi na ako magpina ay milk o bleach dahil ang Pride Bar Blue ay may power whitener na nanunuot sa bawat himla. Kaya ang damit ng kisla puti at manayo pa sa kamay. Pride Bar Blue with power whitener. Hindi lang puti, kisla puti. Pride Bar Blue. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality.
Mga kababayan, dumadami ang kaso ng dito. At ang komplikasyon nito ay mamatay ka. Sa mga anak, bakuna lamang tanging paraan makaiwas sa sakit na ito. Maraming salamat.
Sa paalala, wala kang pagulong.
Nakauligtas.
Simulan na tayo, sir.
Ang kandidato.
Simulan na tayo, sir.
Ng kanyang pagkatao. Pakinggan ang panoorin ang desisyon 2019.
Sa ngayong umaga ito, sabay na mapakinggan sa 18 radio stations ng DZRH nationwide at more than 800 cable operators nationwide ang palatuntunang desisyon 2019 ng ating panawin. Sa umagang ito ay dating senador at nagtatangkang muling maging senador, Senator Serge Osmeña. Senator Osmeña, magandang umaga po. Welcome sa DZRH.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Cesar.
At kasama rin natin dating DepEd Undersecretary Butch Valdes, Yusek Valdes. Magandang umaga, sir.
Magandang umaga din sa iyo, Cesar, and good morning also to the good senator.
Simulan na natin ang ating desisyon 2019. Mula nang maupo si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa pwesto noong 2016, mahigit 200,000 Chinese nationals ang dumating sa ating bansa at karamihan ay nagtatrabaho sa online gaming companies. Alamin natin ang kwento sa balitang ito sa report ni Pichi Gonzales. So, pwede kayo makinig sa...
Pinanahan ni Malaysia Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad ng Pilipinas sa pagdagsay ng mga dayuhan. Ang pahayag ni Mahathir ay taliwas sa sinabi ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na hayaan ang mga Chinese workers na magtrabaho sa bansa. Lalo na ang libo rin ang mga Pilipino na nagtatrabaho sa China. Mababatid na mula nang maupo si Pangulong Duterte sa pwesto noong 2016, mahigit 200,000 Chinese ang dumating sa bansa. Ang karamihan ay nagtatrabaho sa online gaming companies. Bagay na ikinabahala ng ilang mambabatas dahil sa pagdagsa umano ng mga Chinese workers sa Pilipinas ay naaagawan ng oportunidad, partikular na sa trabaho ang mga manggagawang Pinoy. Sa isang panayam, sinabi ni Mahathir na hindi dapat kasama sa foreign investment.
Ikaw na lang mag-on.
Ng maraming dayuhan na
Ikaw na lang mag-on.
magtatrabaho
Sige,
sa
ikaw na lang mag-on.
Pilipinas. Ito
Pero
ay
hindi ko siya
pwede
ma-off.
makasira sa political stability ng bansa. Giit nito kung ang pagdagsa ng mga foreign worker ay nakakaapekto na sa ekonomiya ng bansa. Dapat nang mag-isip-isip ang gobyerno. Mababatid na mula nang maupo si Mahathir sa pwesto, naging maingat ito sa relasyon ng Malaysia at China, kung saan sinasalingipan nito ang ilang major project na pinasok ng kanyang predecessor na sina Hib Razak sa higanteng bansa. Sa mahigit 200,000 Chinese workers sa Pilipinas, karamihan dito ay iligal na nagtatrabaho o walang working permit. Sa datos ng Bureau of Immigration, sa 611 illegal aliens na napaliport noong 2018, 284 dito ay mga Chinese. Habang sa mahigit 533 naman na naarestong illegal aliens noong nakaraang taon, 393 dito ay mula rin sa China. Taong 2016 nang unang isulong ni Senator Joel Villanueva ang investigasyon higit sa pagdami ng illegal foreign workers
Sir,
sa Pilipinas.
camera.
Matapos
Sir,
ang
camera dyan.
pagkakaaresto ng nasa 1,000 Chinese na nagtatrabaho sa isang casino sa Clark, Pampanga. Para sa DZRH Facts and Figures, Pichi Gonzales, nag-uulat para sa DZRH, ang kauna-unahan sa Pilipinas.
Kilatis ang kandidato. Suriin ang kanyang pagkatao. Pakinggan ang panoorin ang desisyon 2019.
Alright, unahin natin si Senator Serge Osmeña. Dalawa ang katanungan natin sa report ni Pichi Gonzales. Number one, mayroon bang sapat na policy ang ating pamahalaan para i-address ang foreign workers katulad ng mga Chinese national, at pangalawa ang ating China relations. Unahin natin, Senator Serge Usmeña, kulang ho ba ang policy natin o sapat na ang policy natin patungkol sa pagdadala, pagpapapasok ng mga manggagawa mula sa mainland China?
Well, ang diferensya dyan is that the policy of the President is different from the policy of the Bureau of Immigration. Sinabi ng Presidente na pwede na silang dumayaw dito sapagkat pumupunta rin yung Filipinos sa China. Pero hindi po tama yan sapagkat pag illegal ka rito, dapat deport kayo, no? Sa ngayon ho, ang dami dyan na workers na pumasok rito as a tourist visa, katapos ini-switch lang for temporary employment sa Bureau of Immigration. Sa kalokohan yan sa Bureau of Immigration yan. At dapat, well, we have to stop that.
May policy ba na dapat baguhin dito o sapat na ang policy natin? Sapat na ang mga batas natin?
Ang policy natin ay hindi pwede magtrabaho dito ng mga foreigners unless meron silang work permit. Binibigyan naman sila ng work permit ng Bureau of Immigration. So ano magagawa natin dyan?
Well, it's an executive function now, Senator, hindi ko ba?
That's why, but the President said that pabayaan mo sila magtrabaho dito. So ano magagawa natin?
Okay. Yusek Butch Valdes.
Well, una-una, I do not understand the comments of the President to be pabayaan lang. No? I think he was saying that we have to be cautious about these things because it might affect the conditions of our workers in China. No? Yun po ang pagkakaintindi ko. Now, dito po sa pagpasok po ng napakaraming mga Chinese na apparently, I don't know if they are all legal that have come in or illegally coming in. We have to really find out. Tapos ang sinasabi sa ulat na marami dito ay nasa online gaming. Now, ito ang isang area na hindi pa natin siguro dati ang mga batas natin hindi pa nakatuon dito sa ganitong klaseng activity. Kasi kung online gaming ito, ang I surmise, ang aking pong suspicion na ang kliyente nila ay hindi tiga dito. Dahil kung Chinese sila, ang probable clients nila ay tiga labas. Probably also from China. At ginagamit lang nila ang facility dito dahil siguro hindi nila kayang gumawa ng kanyang klaseng negosyo sa mainland China.
May dapat bang baguhin sa policy nating bansa?
Siguro dapat baguhin natin at investigahin natin ang mabuti. Marami na pumapasok dito na Chinese before. Nakikita naman natin dito sa Divisoria, di ba? Ang dami-dami pong mga pumapasok natin dyan na sabi nila illegal aliens din sila pero nakapasok na yan over the years. But in this particular case, sinasabi online ang karamihan dito. Siguro dapat imbestigahan ng mabuti ito.
Alright, balikan natin. Senator Serge Usmeña, narito ngayon si Mahathir Mohamad, Prime Minister ng Malaysia, kinilala sa buong mundo at sa Asia, a country na isang independent thinker na bilang head of state. Nagkaroon siya ng ilang mga pahayag sa media kahapon na medyo dahan-dahan dapat ang pagrelasyon ng Pilipinas sa China. Kayo, paano dapat binabalanse ng ating bansa ang ating pagkikipagrelasyon sa China habang kumukuha tayo ng investment sa riles, dam, at iba pang mga proyekto sa public works. At the same time, may problema ho tayo sa West Philippine Sea. Paano dapat ang pagbabalanse ng pagkikipagrelasyon ng ating bansa sa China sa ganitong background?
Well, talagang binabalanse yan sapagkat marami tayong mga ginagawa sa China rin. For example, China picks up and exports to us 30% of our goods and services. So, medyo malaki yan, no? At pag mawala yan sa atin, di malilintikan tayo lahat. No? Secondly, China lends us money to build our projects. Third, China sends us 1.5 million tourists a year. Sabihin natin yan against the fact that China has taken over the West Philippine Sea. That has to be done through diplomacy. It cannot be done na isang topic lang tapos pepestahin mo na yung China doon. Hindi pwede yun. So we have to do that diplomatically and we will see where we will get over the years. But right now, there's not. Hindi ngayon, bakit? Ano magagawa natin sa West Philippine Sea? Wala naman tayong magagawa dyan Ano magagawa natin?
So leave it to the next administration.
Yeah, so wala tayong magagawa dyan. Now, what will they do with the islands? Pag binigay sa amin yung mga isla dyan sa West Philippine Sea, anong gagawin natin doon? Di ba? So, bali wala sa atin yan. Because, now, the one thing that we really need to do in the West Philippine Sea is the rights of the fishermen. Ayun. Ayan ang paglalaban natin.
Okay. Immediately.
Yes.
Yun ang dapat, sa tit for tat, dito tayo dapat magwagi.
Correct.
Okay. Yusek Butch Valdes.
Well, first of all, the question is
Philippine relations to China on the whole. Paano mo
based on
babalansin?
the warning given to us by
Mahathir.
Mahathir. No? Unang-una, palagay ko galing ito sa experience ng Malaysia, no, regarding some problems they had with loans that they got from China, no, of the previous administration. At nung naabutan ni Mahathir, when he replaced the previous government, nakita niya na medyo may onerous conditions na impose ang China sa kanila na hindi to the interest of Malaysia. And this leaves precisely the warning warning that's based on their experience. No? Sa atin, palagay ko, we were very careful about this. Na? At lalong-lalo na nung nakaraan nakaraan administrasyon ni Gloria, meron tayong mga problema also with some investments with China at the time, no? na nabahiran ng corruption. No? In this particular case, mukhang mas careful ang ating mga economic advisors ang presidente tungkol dito. No?
We are on the right track.
I think we're on the right track. No? I would want less private sector involvement in infrastructure and more government-to-government arrangements, as a matter of fact. Kasi yung private sector arrangements tend to be very expensive. Tapos igagalanti pa ng ating gobyerno.
Anyway, karamihan naman ng investment dito at yung contractor dito ay state-owned ng China. Alright, balikan natin si Senator Serge Osmeña. Maraming nangangamba, Senator, na baka matulad tayo sa ibang bansa katulad ng Sri Lanka dahilan sa mukhang lumalaki yung loan natin, papalaki ang magiging loan natin sa China, RILES, Public Works, Dam, Irrigation. Baka matulad tayo sa Sri Lanka na kapag hindi tayo nakabayad ay kukunin nila yung piraso ng lupa na yun, hindi lang yung negosyo. Posible bang mangyari ho yan sa ating bansa?
Well, that's very hard to happen now because our total foreign loans are only about 44% of our GDP. So masyado mababa yun at pwede pa tayong pa-expand, no? When we get to about 80% of GDP, then we better watch it. But now at 44%, wala po tayo.
Safe tayo dyan.
Safe tayo.
Unlike US, 200 GDP to debt ratio. Sa atin, we're only 44 or 40 plus. May nagpapanukala, Senator Serge Osmeña, dapat bang i-disclose? Mayroong confidentiality clause ang loan agreement, according to Congressman Nicol Minares, sa China. Dapat bang i-disclose ang loan agreement na ito?
Dapat ma-disclose yan sapagkat tayo magbabayad ng loans na yan at dapat naman natin malaman kung ano bang condition yan na hinihingi ng gobyerno ng China, no? So we have to disclose it.
Dapat bang mayroong batas? Na ipinagbabawal yung confidentiality clause sa anumang international agreements o international loans na pinapasok ng Pilipinas, Senator Serge?
Well, that might be too strict, but yes, I would tend to favor that rather than favor a closed contract, no? So yes, I would tend to favor na may batas.
Naalala ko nung reporter ako, in-expose ni Tata Louis Beltran yung $100 million loan ng Pilipinas na pinasok ni President Cory sa Brunei. No? At naging malaking iskandalo yun sapagkat ayaw i-disclose ni President Cory Aquino. Ngayon, tanong, may fear na Undersecretary Butch Valdes, may fear na baka matulad tayo sa Sri Lanka. Do you share the view of one of the senatorial candidates, Colmenares?
Well, there has to be disclosure. No? Definitely, kailangan may full disclosure on the terms and conditions. I remember years ago, could have been Corazon Aquino's administration or Ramos's administration. We were asking for the terms and conditions as imposed on us by our foreign creditors, through the IMF. But this was not disclosed. Ayaw nilang ilabas ang specific terms and conditions. At tandaan ko pa, pati na during the time of Cardinal Sin, there was a question asked of him whether this particular issue had to be addressed and should there be full disclosure of the terms and conditions. At ang sagot niya was very disappointing. Sinabi na, we will let the government do whatever it does with its money, but we will just stay on the religious aspects. And yet, he was very much involved in intervening in many of the government activities. And this was very important kasi people are afraid na baka magkapasok tayo sa debt trap. And we are in a debt trap already. Because of the previous administrations, these conditions that we are now paying, including this debt servicing, foreign debt servicing, natin. That's part of the debt trap that had been imposed on us. And now we're afraid of what we do with China. No, we're precisely very careful with China, and we're actually using the resources that China can share with us in order to cover what the previous so-called loans of the government and debt of the government did not do, which is infrastructure.
Alright, babalikan natin si Undersecretary Butch Valdes, dating Undersecretary Butch Valdes, at dating Senator Sir Susmania, mga panauhin natin sa ating Nationwide Broadcast Decision 2019. Sa ating pagbabalik, pag-uusapan natin trabaho. Saan ba tayo dapat kumuha ng trabaho para sa ating mga kababayan? Ano ba ang kanilang agenda kung sila ay maging senador para magkaroon ng maraming kabuhayan trabaho ang ating mga kababayang Pilipino? Ang oras natin, 19 minutes, makalipas ang alas 8 ng umaga.
You best ever joy. 07 Joy. Western Union. Sulit ang padala mo na piso. Celine Plus. Ngayong season of flu, walang tatalo sa doble proteksyon mo at ng Celine Plus.
Pwede nyo sir tanggalin, pwede nyo tanggalin. Pwede nyo, nakita nyo sir yung SWS survey? Nakita nyo yung SWS survey, the latest SWS survey. Based on your experience.
Showing Katera.
Pwede nyo tanggalin mo na. Based on your experience, etong result na to, significant ba sa o meron pang isang survey?
Kaya naman, ay...
This survey yan.
Marami pa survey.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I only came out with my DZRH yesterday.
Okay.
So wala yan sa survey, no?
Ikaw, nag-MX take ka na ba? Mag-MX take ka para MX to ordinary.
Usually ano yan, 1 month before. Yung survey 1 month before, more or less. Indicative yun.
April 15 survey.
It's just 16, that's 1 month before.
Pagkagaling sa eskwela, makatalo ba? So, sa germs sa katawan niya. shield
No,
bags.
kasi the April 15
Unbeatable
survey will be
lavas and
taken
germs
the
that
end
cause
of March.
away powders versus another brand. May shea butter moisturizer
Like
pa
this case
sa
was taken at the end of
presyo
February.
Kaya recommended ng Philippine
So,
Nurses
this case
Association
taken
sa
February
shield bag soap, ikay
25
mapapamoy
to
golly
28.
wow! No more amoy
22 to
powders
28.
with regular use.
Lumabas lang ngayon.
Shield Bath Soap, manufactured by
And,
ACS Manufacturing Corporation,
Still
ISO
too early.
certified,
So mga
world-class
dalawa pang
quality.
surveys yan. Mga dalawa pang surveys.
Nang ang Pangulo ay naghanap ng kanang kamay, ang napulsuhan ay isang tulad.
You manage a lot of campaigns ko. Sinasabi nila, 65% ng mga Pilipino nakapag-decide na sa mga panahon ito. Tama ko ba? Do you share that view?
Yeah. But that's only 65%. You still have 35%. 35% significant.
Masisway pa ho yun. Depende ko anong messaging.
At saka yung 65% na yun, they decided only about one half of the Senate slate.
Ah, so one half. Okay. So anybody's game pa?
Oh, yeah.
Mag-alala, nandito na ang unique maximum toothpaste. May maximum fluoride power para sa maximum protection laban sa tooth decay.
Goodbye, tooth decay. Basta may unique maximum every day.
Unique toothpaste, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
Nabiyayaan kamakailan ng kauna-unahan itong Pagcor School Building ang isla ng Guimaras. Ito'y makarang pasinayaan ng ahensya ang isang 8 classroom building sa Remedios, Valdes, San Lorenzo National High School sa bayan ng San Lorenzo. Maliban sa nabanggit na school building sa Guimaras, ang Pagcor ay nakapagtayo na rin ng 732 classrooms sa 162 sites sa buong Panay Island.
Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Ang paglalaro sa kasino ay para sa may edad 21 pataas lamang. Magtakda ng oras at limitahan ang gasto sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon tungkol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline numbers 623-1869 or 0917-592-6618 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa Pagcor. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Say goodbye to several problems. Come on, try, let's never joy. Zero set for joy. Come on, try, let's never joy. Zero set for joy. Matatanggal ito, matinding sebo. Come on, try, let's never joy. Zero set for joy. Come on, try, let's never joy. Zero set for joy. Come on, try, let's never joy. Zero set for joy. Come on, try, let's never joy. Come on, try, let's never joy.
Zero Seven Joy based on technical test and quantitative test with 300 Metro Manila consumers. Best ever versus previous formulations for lemon and calamansi.
Noy, overtime na naman tayo. Kaya mo pa?
Yeah.
Yakang-yakan ang masipag na buhay. Kasama mo ang Gin Kapitan. Sarap at hagod, sipag at sikap. Kayang-kaya. Gin Kapitan. Drink responsibly. Gin Kapitan. Kayang-kaya mo yan.
Tayo nagmalinis ng sahig, kumingking-kiting tayo mga misis. Kapag kintab ng pag-uusapan, dito na tayo sa number 1. Mag-Star Wax Wax, Star Wax Wax. Yan ang kintab ng Max, Max, Max.
Star Wax, ang number 1 floor wax. May waterproof formula. Bumusan mo ng tubig, balikintab ang sahig.
Mag-Star Wax Wax, Star Wax Wax.
Star Wax, di amoy gas.
Star Wax ang number 1 kintab na tunang
Star Wax, ang number 1 floor wax. Gawa ng ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Happy ka na ba sa pagpapaputi mo?
Don't you wish the regular Kojic soap you use gave you more? When there's a wish your heart believes. Ang wish mo, nandito na.
Okay.
Introducing new White Rose Kojic Whitening Soap. Dermatologist tested Kojic Whitening na may shea butter for moisturizing and tea tree oil to help prevent pimples. Para sa Kojic na puti at Kojic na kinis. New White Rose. Your Kojic wish come true. Suggested retail price, 25 pesos for 60 grams. White Rose Kojic Whitening Soap. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS.
Ang detergent mo ba tumatagal ang bango even after 24 hours? Kung hindi, edi magpalit ka na.
Ang bango, ang bango, bango, ang bango ng detergent ko.
Sa babango ng detergent with Fabcon, ano nga bang mas gusto? Ayon sa research sa Metro Manila, halos 80% ng mga misis mas gusto ang bango ng Pride with Fabcon kaysa leading brand even after 24 hours. Sa akin ng Pride, may tuloy bango microbeads para sa bangong tuloy-tuloy buong araw.
Tuloy-tuloy bango.
Kaya misis, tuloy na sa Pride with Fabric Conditioner.
Tuloy-tuloy bango. Ng Pride with Fabcon ko.
Ituloy ang bango with Pride. Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, world-class quality.
Service.
Kilatisin ang kandidato. Suriin ang kanyang pagkatao. Pakinggan at panoorin ang Desisyon 2019.
Sa mga kabubukas pa lamang ng radyo at telebisyon, ang panauhin natin dating Senator Serge Osmeña na ngayon ay muling tumatakbo sa pagkasenador at kasama rin natin sa studio ang isa sa mga tumatakbo sa
No? When I say that, I mean over the years we have transformed ourselves into a what would have been a producer economy into a service economy, no? And this has to be redirected back to becoming a producer economy, no? Ang ginawa po natin, tinanggal po natin ang investments natin that's sa infrastructure, and by infrastructure I mean energy and water management, not just roads and bridges, no? But energy is the more basic. And over the years, this thing has deteriorated and moved us towards something that industry is not going to be able to sustain, no? And can be sustained. We have to move back into real production of energy and water management so that factories can be put up in this country. And factories means employment.
Any specific legislation in mind? That's
Well,
what,
specifically, I would want the restart of the Bataan nuclear power plant.
Restart?
Yes. And
Buhayin?
Buhayin
Buhayin?
natin, yeah. At,
not create a new one,
No,
kundi
no,
buhayin ang
no.
existing Bataan nuclear power plant?
Yeah, this is based on the findings even of South Korean scientists and Russian engineers that were sent here in 2017 by Russia, and even before that, the IAEA said it can be rehabilitated because it is a brand new nuclear power plant. We submit
Brand new dahil hindi nagagamit,
Yes.
hindi pa ginamit.
Yes, meron din kaming proposal noon. It's a Renaissance Philippines came up with a proposal to the president. I don't know if he's ever been able to read it, but it is a start of a nuclear energy development plan. This is not to say that the other sources of energy will be stopped, but this is to start a nuclear energy development plan. And we propose that this nuclear energy development plan will not cost the government a single cent, and we will be able to put up to close to 10 nuclear power plants in 10 years.
10
Yes.
nuclear power plants in 10 years.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Yusek Butch Valdes. Senator Serge, marami nagtatanong bakit kayo ay muling nag-isip na tumakbo sa pagkasenador.
Kasi marami pang kulang itong bansa natin eh. At tama si Butch Valdes. One of the reasons I'm running is because of the economy. But the economy is not talking about rice, coconuts, and other basic commodities that we have. Sapagkat pag ito yung mamahalin sila, di matatanggal yung income ng mga ating mga mahihirap, no? So when you're selling rice at about 40-50 pesos, umabot pa ng 100 pesos yan sa hulo eh. You're taking away money from the other things that people can buy. So gusto kong pababain yung rice from 40 pesos to 25 pesos. Pero that will take time sapagkat tutulungin muna natin yung ating magsasaka. At saka when they can improve their cost of production, like for example, we give them mechanization, we give them certified seeds, we give them subsidized fertilizer. When they can improve on that, they can bring down their cost from 20 pesos to 17 pesos to 15 pesos a packet. Because in certified seeds alone, you're increasing your production already by 50%. So we will go from an average of 4 tons a hectare yung 4 tons natin, mas malaki pa sa average sa Thailand. Thailand only averages 3.8 tons a hectare. Pero libre lahat ang sa Thailand. Libre patubig, libre electricidad para sa
Highly
farmers.
subsidized.
Yes, they're highly subsidized there. So, we have to do that here also, but we will not subsidize them really. We will give them mechanization and let them go on their own. But with mechanization, mas madali na magtanim ng rice.
Maganda hong pinaliwanag nyo yan dahil nung unang binanggito ninyo na yung 40 magiging 25,
Yeah.
medyo nakakatakot ho sa mga magsasakayan dahil babawas ang kita niya. Pero
Yes.
immediately binanggito ninyo na dapat i-subsidize mechanization,
Correct.
irrigation.
Kasi meron naman tayong 35% tariff ngayon. So pwede pumasok lahat ng rice dito, so that will guarantee our supply of rice. But at 35% tariff, that will reach about 37 to 42 pesos a kilo. And that is too expensive sapagkat rice only sells for 22 pesos in Thailand. See, so pababahin natin yan, malaking savings ho ng ating mga mamayan.
May binanggito kayo na isang salita na ang ating palatuntunan ho ay sa bahay napapakinggan sa DZRH Lucena, DZRH Naga, DZRH Sorsogon, maliban pa sa Northern Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. But in particular, binanggit ko yung DZRH Lucena, DZRH Naga, sapagkat every time na nababanggit yung nyog, coconut, ang daming nagre-react sapagkat napakamura ng presyo ngayon ng coconut at maraming umiiyak na mga magsasaka sa nyogan. Ano ang solusyon natin dito na nakikita ninyo, Senator Serge Usmeña?
May solution dyan, pero mahirap ang solusyon. Okay? Sapagkat yung nyog hindi coordinated ang production niya. Nag-iisa-isa lang yung mga magsasaka dyan, pinukuha yung coconut, ginagawang copra, at binibenta yung copra. So, you have to organize them sapagkat yung nyog will bring you about 70 to 80 products from that tree. Pero
Kaya nga tree of life eh.
Yes, but they only produce copra.
At kumisan tuba pa.
Yes. So, copra collapse, the price of copra collapsed from 40 pesos to 15 pesos. At 15 pesos, iwag na kayo mag-copra sapagkat lugi na kayo, no? So we have to teach them how to go into other things. We have to go to cocoa coir rope, we have to go to cocoa peat, we have to go to cocoa granules. Ang dami hong produkto ng coconut eh.
Diversify.
Yes, but we have to organize them now. Luckily, we have 100 billion pesos from the Cocoa Levy Fund. At yun gamitin natin para mag-organize sila at mag-diversify sila.
Alright, maraming salamat Senator Serge Usmeña. You see, Coach Valdes, coconut, araw-araw yan ang inireklamo ng ating mga listeners dito.
I think ang solution dyan has to be programmatic na rather than, of course, all of these things will the censor said will have to be done, but it has to be a program, and we already had that program before. There was a rationalization of the coconut industry at one time, wherein para mapataas mo yung price ng copra, no, at ma-sustain yung needs ng farmers, kinakailangan ng export mo ng copra is very high, is higher. Kasi from the high selling price of copra abroad, no, it will redound to the higher purchase price of copra from the farmers dito, no. Coconut, I'm talking about coconut oil. The higher price of coconut oil abroad na will redound to the higher price of purchase of copra here. Ginawa na po ito noon, no? Kanya lang nagkaroon ng change in the regime na pumasok po si Corazon Aquino at binuwag nila ito. But that was a rationalization. At dahil dito, nung ginawa ito, nagkaroon po ng kapasidad na bumili ng copra at a higher price at natulungan po yung mga farmers. And the only reason that was the case of because we, being the 60% producer of coconut oil in the world, dictated the price. At tumataas. Nagalit nga po yung Unilever tsaka yung ibang mga bumibili, yung Procter & Gamble ng coconut oil natin because we cartelized it as a country. We cartelized it at galit sila because mataas ang presyo ng coconut oil. At ang ginawa nila, sinustentuhan nila itong Malaysia para bumili sila ng Malaysian palm oil in exchange for coconut oil. Tapos, kinampanya pa ng Procter & Gamble tsaka Unilever na yung coconut oil was carcinogenic para hindi bibili, para bumaba ang presyo. No? But this is the way we were trying to do it for the coconut farmers. And to some extent, we were really successful at that time.
Okay. Sa mga kabubukas pa lamang ng radyo, panoy natin Senator Sergio Osmeña at dating DepEd Undersecretary Butch Valdes, ang kanilang priority legislative agenda ay may kinalaman sa ekonomiya. Alright, pag-usapan natin ang trabaho, pasok tayo sa pangalawang issue. Sabi rito, bumaba ang unemployment at underemployment rate ng Pilipinas pagpasok ng taong 2019. Pero hindi ito nangangahulugan na mas maraming nagtatrabaho sa Pilipinas ngayon. Alamin natin ang kwento ng balitang ito sa report ni Edniel Parosa.
Magandang balita sa unang bahagi ng noong Enero. Bumaba ang unemployment at underemployment rate sa Pilipinas kumpara sa 94.7% noong nakarang taon. Bahagyang tumanda ang employment rate sa bansa sa 94.8%. Nakitala rito ang pinakamababang unemployment record sa 5.2% mula noong 2009. Bumagsak din ang bilang ng mga hindi kontento sa kanilang trabaho mula 18% noong 2018 patungong 15.6%. Siya rin ang pinakamababang January record mula 2009. Pero hindi ito nangangahulugan ng mas maraming Pilipinong nagkatrabaho sa nasabing buwan. Sa katunayan, ayon sa Philippine Statistics Authority, bumaba pa nga ang labor force participation ng bansa mula 62.2% patungong 60.2%. Ibig sabihin, lumibis sa bilang ng mga Pilipino pwedeng magtrabaho sa buong populasyon. Katumbas ito ng 41.4 na milyong Pilipino sa workforce, mas kaunti ng 387,000 isang taon nang nakararaan. Ang dahilan, isinisi ni Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Ernesto Pernia sa 1.7 milyong nawala sa sektor ng agrikultura. Tinapunan nito pinagsama ng 1.3 milyong dagdag ng nagkatrabaho sa industry at services sectors. Para naman sa ilang eksperto sa artikulo ng Rappler ng Tom, maaaring napapasa ng labor force dahil nakategang ilan sa K-12 program. Bumaba rin ang bilang sa panahong lumampas na sa spending cap ang pamahalaan dahil sa Build program. Para sa facts and figures, Edniel Parosa nag-uulat para sa DZRH, ang kauna-unahan sa Pilipinas.
Unahin natin tanungin si dating Senator Sergio Osmeña. Senator, bill, pero may problema tayo sa agrikultura. Saan ba dapat umasa ang ating mga kababayan ng trabaho ngayon?
Well, our country is about 25% underemployment. Yung unemployed natin dito 7% lang, pero that doesn't count those who are selling cigarettes in the streets. Okay? Alright. Ngayon, ang problema dito is that hindi sapat yung training ng worker sa trabaho. So you need, like for example, in this build program, you need construction workers. Hindi, wala tayong construction workers, kulang construction workers natin. You know, we use muscle only, pero pag carpentry, kulang. Plumbers, kulang. Welders, kulang, lahat. So we need to introduce the TESDA to give everybody else a chance to lift up their skills. Pag tumaas ang skills nila, magkakaroon sila ng trabaho dito.
In anticipation of future developments.
Yes. And even in today, we lack workers for the construction industry. Today.
Let me cite to you an example. Manila to Malolos, 105 billion rail project funded by Japan.
Correct.
Subway, 350 billion funded by Japan. Railway, Manila to Calamba, that's 125 billion railway project.
Correct.
Tagum Davao Digos, railway project. Manila to Bicol to be funded by China, railway project. Wala tayong mga railway engineers.
Wala tayong railway.
Hindi mo ba ito na-anticipate before?
Hindi nga eh. Because the range of government is so wide na hindi na-anticipate yan. We need the Department of Labor to anticipate all these things, but they do not anticipate it. Ang problema sa kanila,
Something's wrong with the law or implementers?
Implementers. It's not the law.
It's not the law.
No.
Bago tayo mag-commercial break, Yusek Butch Valdes, saan tayo kukuha ng trabaho ngayon?
Ang problema, ang problema sa atin siguro daliwas ang ating programa, no? Kasi we're exporting our people. We're training them to be more skilled so that we can export them. We're the only country that has a placement agency for our people to get jobs abroad, no?
Tayo lang ba?
Tapos,
Tayo lang ba?
tayo lang ang
Ang
may
may
POA. Tapos, dito,
Really designed to go
dito
abroad.
sa atin, all of a sudden, we decided to go into infrastructure of this sort, and we have not trained any of these guys. Ang TESDA has not been primed to be able to accommodate the new demands of infrastructure na i-build dito. Kung puro sinasabi mong train, isa pang problema dyan sa trains na yan. Energy, no?
Power.
Pero,
Expertise yan, Senator Sergio Menia.
kaya nga, no? So, and it has not just power. You're not going to run these trains with the solar and wind,
You
di ba?
cannot.
So you need real base load type of energy. Pero going back to the we have to redirect, and kailangan ang even our educational system, not just TESDA, no? Kung meron kang vision for agro-industrialization, no? Your educational system must already be preparing for it, no? Gearing itself towards that. Unlike before, when we were exporting nurses, educational system natin nag-produce ng nurses. Ganito rin. Kung meron kang vision at meron kang plano for agro-industrialization, kasama na dyan ang mass transport systems, kasama na dyan lahat. Ang education mo, kailangan maaga pa, nakahanda ka na.
Alright.
Nagbibigay ka na ng subjects towards that.
Alright, babalikan natin ang ating mga panauhin sa ating palatuntunang Decision 2019. Senator Sergio Menia at Undersecretary Butch Valdes, kapwa tumatakbo sa pagka-senador. 44 minutes makalipas ang alas 8 ng umaga.
This time check is brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation.
Thank you, sir.
World-class quality. Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Chief Kapitan. Chief Kapitan, kayang-kaya mo yan.
Pakita lang kay Senator Sergio Menia, ipagtatanggol niya ba ang ABS-CBN? I will not ask that question. Ipagtatanggol mo raw ba ang ABS-CBN? Kasi di ba may balita na
Hindi na presidente. Tatanggalin na.
Wala tayong magawa dyan.
Is he serious with that?
Detergent mo ba?
I don't know.
Even after 24 hours? Kung hindi, edi magpalit ka na.
Ang bango-bango, ang bango-bango, ang bango ng detergent ko.
Sa babanguhan ng detergent with Fabcon, ano nga bang mas gusto? Ayon sa research sa Metro Manila, halos 80% daw ng misis mas gusto ang bango ng Pride with Fabcon kaysa leading brand. Even after 24 hours, dahil ang Pride may tuloy-bango underbeat para sa mga tuloy-tuloy pong araw.
Tuloy-tuloy bango,
Kaya misis, tuloy na sa Pride with Fabric Conditioner.
tuloy-tuloy bango, ng Pride with Fabcon ko.
Ituloy ang bango with Pride. Pride with Fabric Conditioner, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
Sa mga may bahay na nakikinig sa atin ngayon, buong araw na naman ang paghugas sa mga plato, kubyertos at mga kawali. Nakasisiguro ba kayo sa kalinisan ng mga ito? At smart dishwashing paste may over 80% more cleaning power kaysa leading liquid brand. Yan ang tanggaling galing.
Para sa mga misis na expert sa tingin,
Marami lang commercial yung programa ko, sir.
sa 200 grams
Nationwide kasi kami.
na ang 1,200
Nationwide kasi kami. But,
How many minutes of commercial do you have?
ano yan, sir? From 7:50 to 9, nag-average ako ng 60. Walang election yun, sir. Walang election. Kaya nung may election, yung ibang mga commercials binabump off. This is the top rated show. Sa DZRH, this is the top rated
Ako si
show.
Ramon Santos, taxi driver sa Manila.
Nielsen survey, Kantar survey.
Mainstream media. Mainstream
Mainstream.
media.
Dapat ang katawan ko, hindi umayaw.
We're the only station broadcasting nationwide. Halimbawa, Nielsen survey to. Naga, we're number 2. Wala kaming local programming, pero number 2 kami. Samantalang may local programming ang Bongo Radio doon, may local programming ang DZXL doon, may mga independent radio stations owned by Villa Fuerte, by Alfilor, by Valdes. Meron sila. But we're number 2. We're number 2. Dagupan. We're number 2. Ang kalaban doon naman, ang kalaban namin, yung local station namin. WCM.
Which is Action Radio.
Action Radio. Ayun, pamilyar ko kayo. Ang mahina namin Action Radio sa Cebu.
Yeah. Ginagamit ko yun, Action Radio.
Pero nung panahon na ni Jane Paredes, talagang nag-number 1 kami. Eh, hindi kami makapag-number 1.
But by number 1, we have how many percent radio?
Well, halimbawa,
8% lang.
anong still television sa radio? Kumbaga, kung mayroong
Pero you know, television in the daytime doesn't get too much. Diba? Pero masyado marami kayong radio. So, an 8% audience here is giant already.
Sir, here's the statistics. Sa radyo, 25.5. Halimbawa, yung nakikinig ngayon, combined, DCMM, DCWB, DZRH, combined, umaga hanggang sa oras ko, 25. Ang DCMM, DCWB, DZRH combined sa hapon, 5. So, dito talaga yung buo sa umaga. Papasok sa school, sa trabaho, naglalaba pa, pero
Balik yun.
yun yung mga money impact. Imagine mo, Quezon Province. There are 6 districts in Quezon Province. Mayroong DZRH, Lucena, pero may yung radyo natin station sa bawat distrito. Yung bawat radyo natin station covers 5 to 7 to 10 towns. Sila nagsisimula ng mga alas 8:30. Bakit? Sapagkat umaga, nakakover sila sa amin. Live sila sa Manila program. Effective yun. Tapos, we have Action Radio, we have Love Radio. Love Radio is good.
Yeah.
14 out of 24, number 1 kami. FM natin.
Nang ang Pangulo ay naghanap ng kanang
14 out of 24, number 1. We have Yes FM. We have Easy Rock sa mga bangko, sa mga opisina. It's really Easy Rock sa mga bangko, sa opisina. We have DZRH News Television. DZRH News Television, ayan o. Sa DZRH News Television on Facebook, ang pinakamataas namin na Senator Yusek, yung aming Facebook, pinakamataas namin na reach in 28 days ay 201 million. Ang engagement namin in 20 days, umabot na kami ng 151 million. Engagement in 28 days, which means mga 3.5 to 5 million daily ang nag-share. Anong pagkakaiba namin sa DCMM at sa DCWB? We create content. After ng interview natin, sinachap-chap namin yan, inalalagay namin sa separate, pinopost namin dito sa DZRH Television Facebook. Dito, 3 million ang followers. So, nag-create kami. Ang DCMM, DCWB, kung anong nakikita mo sa programa, yun ang makikita mo sa Facebook nila. We create content. Digital heavy na ho kami sa DZRH. Yung relevance namin actually, digital. Well, sa Signal TV, sa Cebu, we're on Channel 15. Bacolod, we're on Channel 8. Nasa cable kami, nasa satellite din kami. Nasa DigiBox na rin kami. In Cebu, we're Channel 15. Iloilo, Channel, ito, Signal TV, we're on Channel 8. Problema na pinag-usapan natin kanina sa ekonomiya, mismatch. Nagiging reactive ang gobyerno, kung minsan ang Senado ay nagiging reactive din. In other words, kailan magiging bahagi ang Senado sa formation ng National Development Agenda? Heavily, hindi ho ba, heavily dependent ho kayo sa executive agenda? Tama ho ba, Senator Serge?
In a way, yes, we are heavily dependent on the executive agenda sapagkat pambihira lang yung mga senador doon na may paningin na sa
future
ekonomiya, no?
Ekonomiya.
Yeah. So they're dependent, but also we have to help the executive with their programs. So we have to do that also. So, but you know, if we can start thinking on our own, and thinking about problems on our own, then we will go further in the Senate.
Yun ho ba ang magiging direksyon ho ninyo kapag kayo ay nakabalik sa Senado?
Well, that's always been my direction in the Senate. Pero ang mahirap doon is that my companions don't always want to think that way, no? So,
Yusek Butch Valdes, may silbi ba ang Senado?
Yes.
May silbi pa ba ang Senado?
Definitely. Sa akin po, itong oversight function is very, very important nowadays. No? Kasi po, because of the presence of lobbies, lobby groups that have been actually to the point of being protected by certain onerous legislation that have been passed before. No? These special interest groups have been benefiting too much to the extent of to the detriment of the general public interest. No? So the oversight function is very important. The other thing is, can I give an example? For example, just now, the BICAM has just passed in the committee, passed a law to bring down the cost of electricity, and then they will bring down the cost of electricity by using the power development projects, and not to subsidize high cost of electricity. If they use this, that means malampaya funds are going to go to the oligarchy, so that the cost of this cost of electricity will go down, but the malampaya funds are going to go to the so-called oligarchy that has been protected by the Archivido law. No? I think this has to be stopped, and if we can't do it outside of the Senate, let's say I'm not there, we'll do it. If not in the Senate, we'll do it outside of the Senate.
All right, thank
This
you.
is onerous.
Alright, thank you, Yusek Butch Valdes. Senator Sarge, kayo ay matagal na sa gobyerno at nakita ninyo ang operasyon ng gobyerno, practically all government agencies, executive department, judiciary, including legislative department. Ang impresyon ng ating mga kababayan ay mabagal kumilos. Minsan ay hindi siya nagiging responsive. Kasama ang Senado, kasama ang Kamara, kasama ang maraming executive department. Mayroon ba kayong agenda para ma-energize ang bureaucracy ng ating bansa para mas maging responsive siya sa mga pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan?
Well, the bureaucracy can only respond to the policy makers, no? Pag medyo mahinang policy maker, mahihina rin yung democracy because yung bureaucracy, because the bureaucracy just wants to keep their jobs. No? They don't want to rock the boat or anything. And it's the policy makers that want to rock the boat. So kailangan po ng policy maker na tutulak ng mga agenda nila para yung bureaucracy susunod.
Medyo lucky ako na ako'y naging Senate reporter 1997 to 1992. Jubito Salonga, Tito Gingona, Rene Saguisa, Guiberto Cañada, Nene Pimentel, Gerson Alvarez, Neptali Gonzales, Teng Paterno. Ito ho yung bago ho kayo, Teng Paterno ho ang umahawak ng economic affairs. Pero ang obserbasyon ng marami mukhang nag-deteriorate ang quality ng mga senador. Nag-deteriorate ho ba ang quality ng ating mga butante, Senator Sergio Osmeña?
Medyo.
Ano dapat natin gawin doon?
Nakikita natin ngayon na yung hinahalal nila ay ibang klase na.
You're too polite, Senator. Nag-deteriorate ba mga butante ho natin, Yusek Valdes?
Well, I cannot say nag-deteriorate but ang very clear sa atin is that over the past how many presidents, we have not defined the national objective. Kasi po, collectively, we must define, the leadership must define the national objective. Where do we want our country to be, let's say, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? Even if his tenure is only 6 years, he must define it in a long-term basis so that all members of the cabinet will be attuned to that objective. And they cannot be let alone to just do their thing. They have to be attuned to that objective.
Senator Serge, if executive department is failing to define our national objective, sa bagong Senado, pwede bang gawin? Pwede bang mag-initiate o tumulong bombahin ang executive department?
Pwede rin, pero you know, in the Senate, since the majority of the senators are backing the president, mahirap pa ang gawin yun. You can try, you can stand up, you can deliver a speech, pero hindi nila susunod. Hindi sila sumusunod.
Dumating ho ba sa punto na na-frustrate ho kayo bilang senador sa executive
Yes, I
department?
mean, you know, it is very frustrating, but at the same time, you have to keep on working at it so that you will break down barriers. So, yes, it is frustrating.
In other words, kung may mga ninkupop sa Senado, meron din sa executive department mas marami. And Senator Cesar Chavez masyadong polite senator. But we need quality legislators. Tama ho ba, Senator?
Yes, we need quality legislators, definitely.
Hindi naman, ano yan eh, hindi naman kantahan sa Senado, hindi ba, Senator?
Yeah.
Hindi naman pwedeng puro pork barrel ang pinag-uusapan sa Senado, Senator. Yusek Valdes, hindi naman pwedeng kantahan at puro pork barrel sa Senado.
That's why I'm running. We need quality in the Senate.
Sir, last question. Sabagit wala na akong oras. What keeps you moving? You are not in the survey, wala kayo ngayon sa survey, wala kayo sa top 12, hindi ko nakita na kayo ay nasa 20. What keeps you moving? Yusek Butch Valdes.
A sense of duty. You see, we started different movements before. Save the Nation, Renaissance Philippines, Citizen National Guard, all of these movements. And that was addressed precisely to the improvement of the quality of life of our people. And if we make noise, we were hoping that the executive and the legislators will listen to us. But we realized that instead of being outside watching the fight, we have to be inside the ring fighting for our people.
All right, Senator Cesar Chavez, what keeps you moving? You're not in the hugpong, you're not in the PDP, wala ka rin yata sa 8 Derecho. What keeps you moving in this campaign?
Well, I've always been independent.
Always been independent?
Yes, I ran as an independent in 2001, 2010, 2016. Ina-adapt nga ako minsan ng mga member of party life, but I always fly independently para masasabi ko gusto kong sabihin.
Malapit ka sa 12 pero wala ka pa sa 12. Minsan pumapasok ka sa 12, minsan nawawala ka sa 12. Anong dapat maintindihan ng taong bayan sa survey sa mga ganitong panahon?
Well, it's not yet firmed up, no? At saka yung TV ads ko lumabas lang yesterday. So, very late ako sa TV ads ko. At hindi pa ako kilala ng mga iba o tumatakbo ako. So, I mean, it will happen when my TV ads catch on.
Alright, wala na tayong oras. Yusek Butch Valdes, anong mensahe natin sa ating mga nakikinig ngayon? Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, sa Facebook Live, sa cable channels at radio stations nationwide.
Well, kami po sa KDP, Katipunan Demokratikong Pilipino, dito kami kumatakbong senador. We just hope that our people na papakinggan po ng mensahe namin. Ang mensahe namin po ay tatlong basic issues. One is sovereignty, which is addressing the cheating of Comelec and Smartmatic tandem. The other one is justice. Matagal nang hindi na bibigyan ng pansin etong Dengvaksha scandal, scam, what we call it na. And the third is economics. Ito pong napakamahal na binabayaran po natin electricity rates, highest in the world, protected by the EPIRA law, will have to be addressed, and we're calling on the President to intervene in this particular issue. Dahil kung pwede, mabigyan niya ng 50% ang lahat ng consumers ng elektrisidad para maibsan ang hirap ng tao sa pagtaas ng bilihin.
Alright, yan o ang tatlong agenda ho ninyo. Senator Serge, sa final statement, kung mayroon tatlong bagay na dapat maalala sa inyo ang ating mga kababayan na gagawin nyo sa Senado o tungkol sa inyo, ano po ito? At ito ang mensahe nyo sa ating mga kababayan.
Well, yeah, yung unang gagawin ko is tatanggalin ko yung excise tax on diesel.
Okay.
Because the diesel ho, ginagamit ho ng lahat. Ginagamit ho pag sumasakay kayo ng jeepney, sumasakay kayo ng bus, sumasakay kayo ng truck, diesel. Lahat ho ng mga bagay ninyo na binibili ninyo sa palengke, diesel ho.
Pati pagkain.
Pagkain, diesel. So, if you raise the diesel prices, you raise the prices of everything in this world. No? So let's not tax diesel. Alright?
So that's your number one legislative agenda.
That's my
Papatanggalin
number
ninyo.
one, because I can do it right away.
Okay.
Now, the number 2 is the rice problem. Gusto ko pababain yung presyo ng rice dito from 40 pesos to 25 pesos. At in doing that, I have to help the farmers first, but we have to do it gradually. So, bababa natin yung tariff natin sa rice from 35 to 30 to 25 to 20 to hanggang dumating ho na 25 peso rice dito.
Kaya natin.
Kaya po natin yan. We just have to work at it, but kaya po natin.
Okay, 1 and 2, and ano ho ang pangatlo?
And third is the coconut. But the coconut is a longer period of adjustment sapagkat organization yun ang kailangan eh. So you need to organize the farmers to go into value-added crops.
Alright, gentlemen, maraming salamat. Music, Butch Valdes, maraming salamat.
Salamat po. It's a privilege to be here again.
Alright, Senator Sergio Menia, mensahe niyo sa mga taga-University of Caloocan na nakikinig ngayon?
Yes,
You're surprised, ano?
Yes, really surprised. And I'm really happy sapagkat, well, if you need somebody who will tackle the problems of the economy, you look to Sergio Menia. Subok na.
Okay. Maraming salamat. At ito ang ating desisyon 2019 sa palatuntunang Damdaming Bayan. Susunod na ang palatuntunang issue nila kay Deo Macalma at Manang Milky Rigonan. Ang oras natin sa buong Kapulaan, 5 minuto makalipas ang alas 9 ng umaga. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yusek.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Mag-picture tayo.
Sige ho, sige ho.
Pesos lang.
Yes, magpaano ba tayo?
Sige pa.
Boss, ako din.
One more po.
Sige. So, yung aking cellphone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sirs, thank you. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Yusek, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Sige, sige.
Let's go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom.
Malayo.